Okay, so hey Periscopers, we know that the awesomeness of the Love Your Booty webinar has crashed. It's crashed the software because we just had so much awesomeness to share that a lot of you weren't able to get on. So if you weren't able to get on, you can join us via Periscope for our monthly BeyondFit Life coaching call. So I have our coaching call sisters on. Some of you are already on the call live, and we just kind of did an introduction. I shared a little bit about who I am, kind of my frustration and how I struggled with getting results in the lower body, and I came to a boiling point, really. So I told the ladies who were already on the call about this frustration, and then I shared that tonight we have so much awesome stuff to learn, like you're not even gonna be able to handle it. It's going to be a game changer for you, okay? So here is what you are going to learn. You are going to learn 3 things you must do for your best butt ever, okay? You're also going to learn Cellulite 101. Learn what works and what doesn't. And you'll get the tools that you need to build a booty you love in just 30 days. Now, I want to know if you're on the live webinar, comment in the chats. If you're on Periscope, you better heart this thing up because I can see your hearts and your comments on Periscope too. Okay, so we are not letting technology get us down. The BeyondFit Life Army is so amazing that we crashed the entire software. Like, there's so many people trying to get on the call that not everybody could get on. You couldn't log in, right? So we have Periscopers on, we have people in Google Hangouts, we have the whole world is on a mission to love your booty, okay? And I will send you this replay for anybody who missed it. And I do want you to know too, if you're on Periscope and you have no idea what we're talking about, you just jumped on, or if you jumped on the live webinar and you registered, but you're like, I really don't even know what I registered for. There's more coming. So at the end, I'm going to share with you, some resources and some ways that you can get more help. I'm going to share everything that I can with you in our time together, but there's still so much more to learn on this topic, okay? So I promise I will show you a way that you can get more support. So let's talk first. We'll just go down the list on my notes. 3 things you must do for your best butt ever. And the first on the list is booty-friendly nutrition. Okay, so also known as fat loss nutrition. Cellulite is probably the #1 issue or complaint that I get from women in terms of their lower body. So when we're talking this month about getting a booty that you love, okay, we're talking about getting a booty that you love. One thing that we would be kind of amiss if we didn't talk about was cellulite, because it's such a big issue for so many women. But really, since cellulite is just body fat, there's no true way to spot reduce it, okay? But you can decrease your overall percentage of lower body fat, and that will naturally decrease cellulite, even in those stubborn lower body areas. Okay, so the first step in toning your butt and your legs and your thighs is really honestly to reduce overall body fat. So in order to address the issue of body fat, it's very important to remember that a clean diet, this is things consisting of lean protein sources, vegetables, low sugar fruits, as well as a small amount of complex carbs, is really going to be necessary to burn fat and to hold on to hard-earned muscle. Okay, so consumption of things like simple sugars is going to cause a spike in insulin in the bloodstream, and that's going to encourage the conversion of sugar to fat and ultimately fat storage. So because body fat tends to be stubborn in certain areas, usually on women, it is the lower body. Comment in the chat or give me some hearts if you can relate to that. Yeah, it's frustrating, right? So it's important to address some key hormonal patterns for females. specifically, because I know all the girls on the call are ladies from BeyondFit Life, or you're following us on Periscope, which is so fun to have you. And I can see your hearts, by the way. So whether you're on the live webinar or you're on Periscope, I can see both comments. So keep those questions coming. I'll get to them while we're chatting, or I'll save some time at the end, okay? So let's see, what was I talking about? Oh, so it's really just, it's body fat, and it comes down to hormones because of hormonal fat storage patterns for women. So without getting into too much of the science, because you guys know, oh, I'm such a science geek. I could get so geeky, but I'm going to keep that out. And I'm just going to tell you that doing a fairly low carb diet and incorporating some of like our favorite fat loss power foods is going to help address the overall body fat storage, as well as the female hormonal patterns that cause storage in the lower body. Okay. So you want to, let's talk about nutrition for just a minute. You want to keep your metabolism going throughout the day. You want to keep it revved, okay? So I want you to eat every 2 to 3 hours with a meal that consists of the 2 P's. Now, who on the call can tell me what the 2 P's are? If you're on the webinar or you're on Periscope right now, all together across the globe, the 2 P's. Yes, you've got it. You've got it. It's protein and produce, okay? So you want to focus every meal and snack on protein and produce. Post-workout, of course, is another thing that you want to consider. Oh, you guys are the best. I see my mom's on Periscope. Rhonda Fink is on. Fink's Fat Loss Fridge is back. Hey, Chrissy. Awesome. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Melissa. So I didn't get to say hi to all you guys on the scope. Thanks for being on. Okay, so you want to eat the 2 P's every few hours to keep your metabolism running high. Focusing on the 2 P's is going to balance hunger. It's going to balance energy. And it's going to help with cravings too. Post-workout, you want to make sure you replenish your depleted glycogen stores by taking in slow-burning carbohydrates and protein. Remember, protein at every meal to maximize muscle strengthening and building. Now, we're going to talk about muscle strengthening and building in just a minute, because you know what? If you want a nice round booty, if you want to love your booty, you're going to have to build some muscle there. You have to strength train, which means you have to pay attention to your post-workout fuel to refuel those muscles, okay? Another note on nutrition is on water and what to drink. So it's really important to make sure you drink enough water. And I remind you guys this all the time, but water helps you shed water. So if you're even the tiniest bit dehydrated, your body's going to hold on to sodium, and thus it's going to hold on to water like subcutaneously, just underneath the skin. So hearts, if you're like, I do not need to be holding on to any water, right? Yeah. So you're on the chat and you're like, no, I do not want to be bloated. I do not want to be bloated. So you got to drink enough water. And the cool thing is, the more you drink, the more you will shed. Okay, so staying hydrated will actually help your body get rid of toxins, and it will help improve the overall health of your skin, which is great. It flushes out extra fat, and it really does wonders on cellulite in the booty. So we're focusing on the booty this month, and I could not teach you the steps to get a booty that you love without mentioning water, because it's so important. Water actually strengthens the collagen in your skin, which helps reduce the lumpy appearance of cellulite. So definitely drink that water. For those of you who aren't sure how much you need, all my BeyondFit Life sisters on, I know you guys know this, it's half your body weight in ounces of plain water daily. Okay, so I saw that come up in the chat, and yeah, you'll want half your body weight in ounces of plain water daily. Yeah, and green tea is another great thing you can drink as well. So a chat question came in, can we only drink water? Green tea is great, coffee's great, no sugar beverages. You want to stay away from the juices and that sort of thing. Green tea is actually really cool, and our BeyondFit Life sisters were on a tea challenge. How many of you guys are doing better getting your tea in? Did you see that green tea that I posted in the Facebook group? It's really good. It's a raspberry pomegranate, and it's so yummy. And green tea is really cool because it can actually stimulate fat burning by bypassing the alpha receptors. So we'll talk about those later, but it's really cool. And it works as a way to just kind of give you that added boost. Okay, so first thing you must do is nutrition. We're talking about the 3 things you must do to get a booty that you love, to love your booty. And the first is nutrition. The second that you must do is booty-friendly workouts. Now, let me just say, I hesitated to post this picture on the slide because I don't want you to think we're about taking pictures of our booties in thongs. But this was the only picture I could find that showed a good comparison of no weight training to weight training. So if you're on Periscope, let me zoom you in so you can see. It says no weight training and weight training. And it's really true. Like, please don't, we don't need to post thong pictures, but it gives you a visual just to be clear that, you know, you need the right type of workouts. And you see the picture on the left is no weight training. That's probably lots and lots and lots of cardio. That's what I used to do. And I cardioed and cardioed and cardioed and cardioed. And that's basically what my butt looked like. And then I figured out the benefits of weight training, okay? There are 3 types of workouts that are going to give you your best butt ever in just 30 days. So if you incorporate all of these with the right schedule throughout the next month, so just download and print that BeyondFit Life schedule, I promise you'll get results, okay? I promise. And we're not going to go into, you know, needing to see that, but I just want you to know it will lift your booty. So here are booty-friendly workouts. First, lunges are fabulous for toning the lower body. Seriously, within a few weeks of incorporating heavy lunges into your routine, you will notice inches coming off of your hips. It's going to tighten and tone, and you're going to notice some definition in the booty. Now, my local BeyondFit boot camp, they hear me talk about this all the time. But do you guys see this like area right down here? And you see what I'm pointing to? And yeah, I'll talk about weighted lunges versus non-weighted in just a second. So this, I call to my BeyondFit boot campers, I call that the thigh. And that's a mix between butt and thigh, because you're just like not really sure what it is, okay? Lunges are gonna help get rid of that. It's gonna lift your booty up and give you a little separation between the butt and the thigh. So a question was on lunges, does it have to be weighted or not weighted? Both are actually good, and let me explain why in just a second. We'll talk about not weighted lunges and some plyometrics and metabolic conditioning exercises in just a minute. But when we're talking about booty-friendly weight training workouts, things like lunges are amazing. There exists a common notion among women that lifting heavy weights is going to make you bulk up. But what many women don't know is that as long as you pay attention to fat burning workouts, so BeyondFit Life workouts, inches are going to be lost and you're going to sculpt muscle, and you do not need to worry about bulking up in your lower body. Deadlifts are another awesome exercise that targets the glutes and isolates the hamstrings. So deadlifts and squats target just the lower body kind of as a whole. We get the inner thighs and the quadriceps with the squats, and you also hit the hamstrings and the glutes with the squats. So when you do lunges and deadlifts and squats, you're getting big movements with all of the lower body exercises. That is just a total win for improving your booty, okay? One note on squats. If you are squatting, please make sure when you lower into the squat that you check your form and make sure your knees do not go over your toes and that you're sitting really low into the squat. So you want to be about 90 degrees into the squat, and you want to make sure your knees aren't coming past your toes. Just the personal trainer in me giving you a little cue on form. So you'll want to feel a nice stretch at the bottom of the movement and then pull yourself back up. On your deadlifts, that's another cue. Keeping a tall back, always pulling your core tight. But these exercises work. Okay, so lunges, deadlifts, and squats. Why do we incorporate these lower body movements into almost all of our Beyond Fit Life hybrid workouts? Why? Because they work. They are the kings for booty lifting, okay? So remember, when you do your Beyond Fit Life workouts this month, it's much better to perform these with heavier weights and take short rests throughout the circuit, than to go lighter and be able to do a bunch of circuits, okay? So get through the circuit 2 to 4 times with heavy weights. That's gonna be your goal for the Beyond Fit Life workouts, okay? So let's move on the screen to plyometrics and metcons. This is where we're doing the non-weighted lunges. Now, you could of course add weights if you want to add your weights, but for like just when I just have lunges written on the workout, I'm not adding weights. I'm just using this as my metabolic conditioning exercise. Plyometrics and metabolic conditioning exercises are really an advanced training technique, and they're used to tighten and tone really like tough to get areas. Plyometric movements are explosive movements, and so they help break the intensity threshold for lower body training. So that's the key. If you want to take notes, you want to write break the intensity threshold. And for lower body training, these really, really work. If they're done safely and with correct form, they can actually be some of the most effective leg exercises out there. And it all comes back to the intensity and the hormones that are associated with the response from this type of training. And then the last on the list is sprints. So you'll see those on your schedule as well. I don't really encourage moderate intensity, long duration, steady state cardio. You guys who know me, know that it's just not the biggest bang for your buck in terms of fat loss and progress. So for both myself and my clients, we aren't big runners, but we do sprint. And when sprints are incorporated into your weekly routine, you are just like hormonally, you are making, I don't even know how to say it, like fat loss hormone soup, like in your body, like fat burning hormones are going like crazy. So I know a lot of ladies who think that like running long distances may seem like the best way to lean out the legs. Yeah, and if you enjoy running, absolutely you can run, in moderation. But just know that it pulls loose skin and it doesn't do much to tone the legs. Okay, so running may burn a little bit of calories during the run, but it's not going to do anything to tighten and tone. And so that's why the Beyond Fit Life workouts, this combination of these booty friendly type workouts, are such game changers. Okay, with some consistency, they will work miracles. I'm serious, miracles to bring out definition even in the most stubborn of legs. Okay, so sprints are one of the most effective lower body exercises because they literally teach your body how to be an effective fat burner. In the last 20 years, exercise science, somebody keep me from getting too geeky. I don't want to bring this up, but I'm just going to mention it. Okay, exercise science has proved great insight. It's provided tons of insight into how the body uses fuel, basically burning fat, during and after exercise. And study after study after study shows that unlike steady state aerobics, sprint training actually produces a metabolic ripple that leads to enhanced fat burning for days, I'm serious, days, after the workout's over. So actually a recent study that I looked at as I was just researching some stuff to put together our Love Your Booty workouts for Beyond Fit Life members, it was looking at adding EPOC and total calories burned during the workouts. So it was comparing sprints to like joggers. And it was crazy because the sprints far surpassed the jogging in calories burned. And the jogging session took 4 times longer to complete than the sprint session. So they had a group of ladies who were jogging, and they were jogging for 210 seconds in this study. And the ladies in the group who were sprinted for 45 seconds. And this is so crazy. The sprints burned way more fat and way more calories as compared to the joggers. And it was like 4 times less time. And I'm like, I love efficiency. So for me, this speaks my language. And I just saw Amy Wang get on and say she doesn't mind my geekiness. So I'm just going to like thumb up my glasses here and talk nerdy to you. Can I talk nerdy to you? This science, this exercise science stuff is amazing. So if you want to get results and you want to work out smarter, not harder, you have to understand this, okay? So I know that it's hard to believe, but if you neglect to factor in the hormones and you neglect to factor in the science, the stuff that we're talking about, you're missing out. Sprinting is amazing in terms of fat burning and hormones and ultimately getting you to a booty that you're going to love, okay? So you don't want to miss the big picture of how your body burns fat. And that kind of leads me well into my last point on these 3 big points. So the first point is nutrition. You have to have your nutrition in check. The second point is your workouts. You have to be doing the right type of workouts, okay? And the third point in terms of getting your best butt ever is hormones, okay? And for hormones, I am not modeling my booty in a thong for you, but I am telling you that you couldn't get away from hearing me talk without hearing about hormones. So we're addressing the body's hormonal situation, and this is our last step to targeting the tough to tone areas in women. This is our last step to getting the booty that you can be proud of, that you can love. And, of course, we want you to love your booty at any stage. But it was just a play on words with that upside down heart. I thought that was cute. Did you guys see that in the promotion? Anyways, we're addressing your body's hormonal situation, okay? Why do certain areas of your body lose fat more quickly while other areas are more stubborn? In the chat box, or if you're on Periscope, can you tell me if your lower body seems to be more stubborn? The truth is, yeah, okay. So as inconvenient as it is for us, our bodies tend to store fat according to hormonal patterns. And for many women, this causes fat storage on the hips and the butt and the thighs. It's more than just a caloric issue because, actually many women go on really low calorie diets and they'll lose fat from their upper bodies, but they won't lose fat from their lower bodies. So that just right there tells you it's not a caloric issue, it's a hormonal issue. And this happens because this stubborn fat storage happens because of hormones, not just calories, okay? Women store based on 2 types of cell receptors. Now we're going to get just a little geeky here for just a minute. And so bear with me, okay? We have 2 types of cell receptors. We have alpha androgenic receptors. So we'll just call those the A receptors. And we have beta androgenic receptors, and we'll call those the B receptors. Okay, so if you're taking notes, you can write A and B. The B receptors, they lock in fat. And the other receptors release fat. I think we paused for a second. Are we back? Okay, so women have a much higher density of the receptors that store fat in the legs, butt, and thighs, while men have a greater density of the fat storage receptors that store in their middle. Okay, so I'm not going to get too much into the science, but you need to know that if you want to burn fat from stubborn areas like your booty, you have to decrease the fat storing receptors and you have to increase the fat releasing receptors, okay? Now, how do we do that? Because that sounds like really technical, but is there like a practical thing that you can do? Or do you have to spend $3,000 million on a crazy supplement? You do not. Because I don't have $3,000 million, so I couldn't do it. So I had to figure out a cheap way. Okay? So, let's see. Let's talk about it. The way that you do that is with the right type of nutrition, like we talked about. Another way that you do that is with the right type of workouts. And really the workouts are going to play the biggest role in changing that fat storage versus fat releasing kind of receptor makeup. And you're going to want to make sure that you're getting these factors in all your workouts. We call them the B's and the H's. This is the cheap way to do it, okay? You want to feel burning in your muscles at each booty friendly workout. Okay, the burning in your muscles is a sign of lactic acid. So that's a hormonal response that's going to be changing your fat storing or your fat burning. Okay, so you want to be burning in your muscles. You want to use heavy weights. And I've preached about this a ton, but there are so many fat burning hormonal benefits that come from using the heavy weights that you have to make sure your weights are heavy. You also want to make sure you're getting hot and sweaty and that you're getting breathless. Again, the breathless is a sign of EPOC. And we talked about EPOC when I mentioned the study of the joggers versus the sprinters. The EPOC is that metabolic afterburn. So it burns fat even after the workout's over. And that's a hormonal response that is just amazing, like I said, for getting you more of a bang, more fat loss bang for your buck. Okay? So, let's talk about cellulite because I promised in our call tonight that we would address it. And this comes down to some hormone stuff too, as well as just overall body fat. For long-term results, most cellulite treatments are an epic fail. And I want to know, I mentioned when we just started the call, which the Periscopers weren't on yet, I mentioned that I once was on a cruise with my sister, well, my whole family, and I think my mom's on the call, so she may or may not remember this. And we got to like each pick a treatment at the spa, and I picked the seaweed like cellulite wrap. It didn't work. Okay. So you don't need to buy that. Live and learn, right? Most cellulite treatments are an epic fail. But the good news is that there are things that you can do at home to reduce cellulite. So none of them are terribly expensive. In fact, you can start doing many of them today. So let's talk about what cellulite is. If you're a periscoper, I need you to throw up some hearts to let me know you're still here because you're quiet over here on the scope. You know, you're still part of this chat. We could not leave you out. That's why we had to bring you on. Every single one of you. Yeah. Okay. So, cellulite is something that good, you're listening intently. Okay, that's good. That's good. Something that over 90% of women deal with. And it doesn't seem to be like regulated to overweight or obese. It's like even thin women have cellulite in their lower bodies. Okay. So it's not like, well, if I'm just, if I get skinny, then I won't have cellulite. That's not true. A lot of skinny women have cellulite. When I was trying to work on my booty, I was thin by standards, but I still struggled with the cellulite. Okay. Yeah. The BeyondFit army is here. I love it. So, cellulite, the, not politically correct term is cottage cheese thighs. It's been a hot topic with our BeyondFit Life sisters recently. So, I wanted to include that in our chat tonight, just briefly. What's cellulite about? What can you do to lessen its appearance? Cellulite is actually caused by fat that is stored directly beneath the skin surface. So if you have cellulite on your baby belly, as you're talking about on Periscope here, yeah, this is the same thing. Here's what happens. Fat presses against the fibers that connect to the muscle. They connect the muscle to the skin. So this pressing actually creates that unattractive, like bumpy, I guess it kind of looks like an orange peel look to the surface of the skin. So cellulite doesn't have so much to do with the amount of fat, but more about the underlying kind of soft tissue, which is including muscle mass, and then also water retention. So remember we talked about nutrition and getting your water in. And then also the orientation of the fibers in the lower body on women. And that's different a lot of times than men. So I mentioned that most cellulite treatments are an epic fail. Okay, so this is like my seaweed experiment. And actually I was Googling online just to kind of see like, what will people pay for cellulite treatments? Oh my goodness, you guys, I found things that were like $10,000 per treatment. And, the treatments that do offer any promise of really even short-term results are expensive therapy that what they do is they use some type of tissue massage to break up the cellulite under the skin. Okay? So you remember I told you I'm a cheapskate. Like my dad and my running joke is, if it's free, it's for me. Okay? Like I want the cheap version of the $10,000 cellulite treatment. And do you want to know what it is? You can replicate this at home with a foam roller. I'm not even kidding. Okay? Foam roller right here. So in science, in the science world, this is called collagen remodeling. And basically it refers to tactics that help to change the orientation of the collagen fibers, which are going to be different for women. Okay, that's why we're more prone to that dimply appearance. And some of the best ways include regular deep tissue massage, which I love. And then my personal favorite, because I can do this like every morning, is foam rolling. Okay? So, when you use a foam roller, it may be uncomfortable at first. But remember, if you do have sore spots, the foam roller will really help. So I saw here on Periscope, and a couple people have mentioned in the chat as well, that you're really sore from our first Love Your Booty workout. That's great. I'm so excited. If you are sore and you're foam rolling, it's probably going to hurt. But the foam roller will help in the long run. Yes, you can absolutely foam roll your core. Absolutely. So healthy muscle should not be painful. So if a certain spot hurts, that means there's tightness that you need to get rid of, okay? Getting rid of the tightness is going to give you healthier muscles, and it's going to help to orient your collagen fibers. So just spending an extra 10 minutes a day stretching and foam rolling is going to drastically improve the effectiveness of your workouts. And this is so cool, the tone of your lower body. Okay, so for optimal results, choose 1 or 2 days a week to foam roll and stretch consistently. You can do it while you're watching TV. You can make it a habit, by finding a time that works for you. Select at least 2 days a week and spend some time foam rolling. We have everything that you need to get started with foam rolling in the BeyondFit Life members portal. So if you're new to foam rolling, that is in the member portal for you. But just really quick, kind of the science behind it. You'll see on the screen the benefits, and the benefits are crazy. Myofascia, or the fascia, is a dense and highly flexible tissue that covers all of your muscles. So you can kind of think of it like a, almost, I guess, like a spider web. It has no beginning and no end, and it protects every inch of the muscle in your body. So the fascia assists your muscles in dealing with heavy workloads, like our workouts, right? And stress, and also in injuries. So the myofascia's response to exercise, like our BeyondFit Life workouts, is similar to that of your muscles. It lengthens, it shortens, and it can become knotted and tight due to repetition and overuse. So the uncomfortable sensation of like an overly tight or overused muscle a lot of times is caused by knotted and tight fascia. So when the fascia is damaged, either due to like lack of foam rolling, lack of stretching, or overuse, maybe you're starting out our BeyondFit Life workouts and you're like, holy lunges, right? Lots and lots of lunges and lower body stuff this month. It can cause multiple problems, okay? So it can cause some issues and some tightness. So you want to foam roll for that reason as well. Here are the benefits on the screen. It decreases knots, it decreases muscle pain, it improves flexibility, improves range of motion, improves circulation, improves blood flow, improves spinal alignment and posture, which is really great, better body awareness. Oh, you're foam rolling right now as you're watching? That's so smart. That's such a great idea. That's really cool. So in the BeyondFit Life members portal, there are my favorite lower body moves for foam rolling. There are 6 simple and easy moves that you can incorporate into your exercise routine. And I'm not going to explain these all because I can't show you right now with the screen, but I want you to watch the video demonstration in the members portal. There are hamstring moves, calf moves, quadricep moves, inner and outer thigh moves, and a booty move to foam roll on that booty. Okay, so here's what I want you to do, and I did save a few minutes for questions. By using the workouts and the schedule from our Love Your Booty Challenge, I promise you, will be able to tighten and tone your booty in record time. Okay, so I want you to go into the members portal. I want you to download and print your schedule and your workouts, and I want you to promise me you're going to follow this for the month of February. Are you guys ready? Do you promise? In the chat, type I'm in if you're in. In the Periscope, type I'm in if you're in with hearts, because I love the hearts. Yes, you're in, you're in, you're in, you're in, we're in, we're in. We need a song, we are all in. Okay, so if you want to be in, but you don't know how to be in, of course, we want you in, and so you can join us. You can get the tools that you need to build a booty that you love. Love your booty in just 30 days. Here's a recap of what we covered. And again, you guys, I apologize that there were so many of you on the webinar that we lost space, and some of you had to jump in on Periscope. But thank you for jumping in and not just leaving, because it wouldn't be the same without you. So here's what we covered. We talked about 3 things you must do for your best butt ever. And if you missed any of this, I will do my best to post a replay of this training in the BeyondFit Life members portal so that you can rewatch and re-listen to anything that you missed, okay? We also talked about Cellulite 101, what works and what doesn't, and the tools you need to build a booty you love in just 30 days. You have the tools you need at BeyondFit Life, okay? I shared everything that I could with you in our time together. Patrick's on daddy duty. The boys are going nuts. So I'm going to put them to bed soon. But I know there's so much more to learn on this topic. And so, as I promised, here is a way that you can get more support. If you're not a member yet, I want you to visit right now. Go to beyondfitlife.com/webinar special, and you'll see what you get on the screen. You get female fat burning workouts. You get a schedule that tells you what to do when. You get lots of tools and tips and tricks. You get family friendly recipes, workouts, online motivation and support. That's really my favorite. Everybody who's on in the chats and on the Periscope, our BeyondFit Life sisters, like collective cheer. Please, like if you're a BeyondFit Life sister and you love the sisterhood, I want you to type love in all caps with like extra O's. Can you see me? I'm thinking love, because the support and the accountability is just insane. And it's such a blessing. I look forward every month to getting to chat with you guys. So thank you for joining me and for being part of this. I really love you, and I'm so thankful that we have this time together, that we have this support. Yes, BeyondFit is the life. It is. We are doing fitness better. So again, if you want more support, if you want workouts that are going to transform your booty in just 30 days, seriously, it's a miracle. You're going to see results. Go to beyondfitlife.com/webinar special. And again, I just love you. Thanks for joining us. Does anybody have any questions? This is just for Periscopers because you guys got kicked out of the webinar. I'm so sorry. Look, I don't know how many ladies we had trying to get in, but apparently it was crazy and it kicked a bunch of people out. So I'm going to stay on and spend another second on Periscope. Patrick's looking at me like, save me, help. But I just said 1 more minute, okay? So does anybody on Periscope have any questions that I missed? I'm going to post this video, the video of the call in the BeyondFit Life members portal, so you can watch that for anything that you missed. But I just wanted you guys to know how grateful I am that you popped on. I was like freaking out. I didn't know what to do because I was like on the webinar live, stressing, really stressing. And hey buddy, you can come in. Do you want to say hi? Jackson's coming in. I was really stressing because I was on the webinar live and I'm like, not all of my sisters can get in. What should I do? Help. And I couldn't like type to you in the Facebook group because I was like, I'm screen sharing my computer. So I couldn't be like in Facebook. I didn't know what to do. So thank you, Christy. Shout out to Christy for giving me the Periscope idea. Christy, I couldn't text you back, but I did see the text. I was like, yes, it's brilliant. I'm getting on Periscope. So we're on. Jackson's sitting on my lap. Can you say hi? They can't see you. Can you, I guess we could turn this around. Here, let me undo this. You stay on my lap and we'll undo this so we can flip it around. And you can say hey to everybody. Want to do that? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. Here we go. The light on. Can you say hey?
Hi.
Hey! So this is what we look like behind the scenes of webinars. What do you want to say? Yeah, Christy, thanks for the fix. What do you want to say to everybody? Grandma says hi. They say hi, Jackson. Hi, sweet boy. Say hi. He's looking at his tongue. Did you see my question? Sorry, I don't want to be a pain. Oh, you're never a pain. What's the question? I'm sorry, I didn't see it. You're never a pain.
Look how many teeth I have.
Weights during lunges. Oh, look how many teeth Jackson has. And I am not doing weights during my lunges unless it's a lunge hybrid. If it's a hybrid, I'm doing the weights. But I'm just doing regular walking lunges or, you know, in place. I'm not using weights. You can use weights if you want, but I'm using that as like my metabolic conditioning. So I'm not using weights. I'm just trying to get a bunch of reps. And, oh, some girls are saying hello. Can you say hello, girls? Say hello. I am sore. I know you don't get sore, Christy, but it's no big deal if you're not sore. Everybody's different. Everybody's body responds differently. I got almost 4 rounds. What should I up? You should up your weights. Yeah. Look, I'm getting like 2.5 rounds. So I want you to get, yeah, Risa got 2.5 rounds. Yeah, the lunges made you sore even without weights. That's awesome. Yeah, so if you're getting like anything close to 4, you should up your weights. And yeah, you went up to 20 pounds, Risa. That's awesome. Way to go. You still looking at your tongue? Okay, let's see. Any other questions?
My eyes are up here.
Yeah, show them your eyes. They're beautiful eyes. Can you tell everybody what we did today? What all did we do? We had a busy day, huh?
Mama's busy day.
Yeah. What else? Yeah. Okay, well, if you guys don't have any other questions, then we will go get our bedtime routine on. Tummy tips for belly cellulite. Okay, so on your belly, it's going to be like overall fat loss. That's going to be the key. I'm going to turn this light off. That's our bedtime cue. It's going to really be, overall fat loss. So if you can just focus on your nutrition as best as you can, that's going to give you the best results. It's going to be tightening the core underneath, which you're doing the BeyondFit Life workout, so that's great.
Mom,
yeah, buddy.
I'm going to get my sleeping.
Yeah, okay. So nutrition, and then, you know, if you post in the Facebook group, I'll post you a link to tummy trouble types, and that'll help as well. So yeah, I'm no makeup look, by the way. This is behind the scenes. Okay, so what do we need to know about cauliflower? Patrick's patiently waiting. The boys are waiting. So let me answer any more questions, and then we'll jump off. Cauliflower's great. Oh my gosh, yeah, cauliflower's a great fibrous veggie. Yeah. Okay, so I love you guys so much. Thank you for jumping on Periscope. I'm so sorry. This is your gift. Seeing me no makeup in my, like, worst, at my worst, is your gift for being patient with me. I'm sorry that the webinar didn't work out for everybody, that we got so full. We'll figure out how to get space for everybody next time, hopefully. Tech stuff really freaks me out. Patrick can tell you, I was like, oh, what am I going to do? Okay. Yeah, we'll see you bright and early. See you at boot camp tomorrow. Okay. Can you say goodnight?
Good night.
Good night. We'll talk to you.